to Pearl's Allotment journey. Vlog day 9. What are we doing today? Hopefully that was the last of the cold weather. Just been speaking to our next door plots. They've lost stuff as well, so it's not just me. So never mind. Today, what we're going to do today, I thought today, because I'm going to give it a couple more days before I put the tomatoes out, but I'm going to get the beds fully prepped, ready for the tomatoes. I'm thinking Monday or Tuesday I'll put the tomatoes out. Just give it a few more days. I just don't want to lose anything else. So I'm putting in, they don't look the greatest, Elysium Gold. I need some ground cover for the tomato beds. So just popping in a few of those, then I'm going to do the same down in the other tomato bed. I may then go and cut. This plot was covered in self-seeded damson trees, and I've got to try and cut some more of the damsons are starting to come back up again over in the wildflower area, so I'm going to try and cut them up. I think I'm just going to potter today. It's nice weather. I think it's just pottering day, I think. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what else to do. It's a Saturday. What else is there to do on a Saturday than potter? I think, don't know what else I'm doing. I'm going to get everything out of the polytunnel. Leave it all out. Right, there we go. So let's have a pottering day, shall we? So I've done these twigs were just given away by a neighbour from a tree. She cut a tree. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use them as the first initial stakes for the tomatoes, and then as they grow taller I can put like bamboo canes on them, but for now I thought they'd do using them. And then can we see without me being in the way? You see those Elysiums there? So that hopefully will give ground cover. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's those 3 done. I don't know if you can see. Can we see? 1, 2, 3. There is going to be another one there, but my partner hasn't put the wood in yet, put the bed in yet, so we're one behind, but never mind. That's that one done so far. Like the wildlife area. I saw something on TikTok this morning. I don't watch the BBC News channels at all, so I don't watch Gardener's World. But Chris Peckham was saying something about a metre meadow, something else. I'm assuming it is the Gardener's World are doing, setting people a task this year to have a metre wildlife. Mine is more than a metre, all the way down there. This has just got out of hand. I really need to sort it, but I don't want to touch it until winter. This was last year's, so that's a bit more than a metre, probably about 2. And that's this year's that I showed you last time. What I do want to do in this part is the damson trees that are self-seeded. It's these things here. Can we see them? There. This one. I cut them down to the base because I don't want damson trees, and I don't want a bramble bush with some bindweed in it. So I'm just going to do light maintenance on it. Light. Right. I think I'm happy with that. what I'll do, if I can get the camera off, a big pile of weeds there, and that one there. I'm going to leave it overnight, let the bugs crawl out back into here. I don't think I've ever shown anyone. I love this half of it. So in here we've got oxeye daisies. Right at the bottom we have some red clovers, some calendula, some foxglove. What was this? I want to say verbena, but I think I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me have a look what else. Got some dandelions. And we've got some cosmos here. We have lots and lots of oxeye daisies. They've really self-seeded. We've got catnip. Somewhere in here is self-heal. They're very at ground level. Can you see that bee on there? Look at this. Can you see the bee? Where are we? Can you see the bee? Hi, Mr. Bee. And that's why we plant this area. What else? This is a new one that we're doing the other day. Got sunflowers, borage, lots and lots of borage, nasturtiums, calendula, self-heal, poppies. What else have we got? Rosemary. Look at this rosemary. It's seen better days, hasn't it? It'll come back. And I'm going to keep all this grass. This grass was original grass on the plot because it completely covers the pond all the way around. Can't see in the pond anymore because of all the duckweed. But the other day this big plant fell over, so I tried to pick it up and it had a frog in it. But inside there, thousands of, can you see this little movement here near the wood? Loads of tadpoles. And these things here are, I bought some watercress from the supermarket. They're the only ones that survived. I chucked the packet in. And I've got all like rockery all around, logs all around. Just a nice little habitat for, and it's quite long grass. I don't know if I can show you from this angle. Look how long it is, quite long grass. So that, and I've kept it all behind the greenhouse. So it's always over there. But then I've had to put this matting down because it had crouch grass. So I'm going to take some of this matting up. I've got loads of mullein that I want to put in. What else have I got? This is a tree stump, an old tree stump. It's quite high and the ivy's took over it. I think that looks gorgeous. Some clematis. Climbing up this now. It's perfect. It's a little arch that I made. Some wild strawberries in the pots. And then this side, this whole length, is 3 years old. I can't even tell you what's in there. It's hollyhock, thistles, daylilies, loads of nigella, some calendula. I think in winter I'm gonna have to try and divide, especially that thistle, divide that thistle up. And then here I've got a massive pile of logs that is actually quite deep underneath, and then loads of leaves that I collected from the street. I asked all my neighbours if they could bag the leaves up outside their house so that I can have them for hedgehogs and wildlife. Because right at the back, hidden right out back there somewhere, is plant pots and stuff. So a nice little hideout area. But I'm going to keep this, I will not take this bit up. So yeah, this is my, and I love my wildlife area. I really do. A lot of people think it just looks a mess, but I don't think it does. I want to have some more oxeye daisies over here. But no, I do love my wildlife area. Love it. No one's allowed to stand on it. You have to walk around it. So yeah. And last year I put these foxgloves in these, what I call alien beds. Normally there's herbs in them. None of the herbs grew back, apart from the lemon balm. So I thought, oh, I'll just chuck these. Got nowhere for these foxgloves to go, so I shoved them in there. And now my lemon thyme and my rosemary, it's trying to come back and it can't because the foxgloves are in the way. So they're going to have to move next year. Well, they won't come back anyway. So I'm going to collect the seeds and plant them on somewhere else. I've got one here, a pink one, but I've got a pink one and a yellow one over there. They need to go. Oh, there's a butterfly on it. No, that's a leaf. Anyway, let's go get some work done. So here I am, just undoing the blankets from the remaining runner beans. And this is, I was trying to organise the greenhouse, trying to harden off all the plants, all the cucumbers, tomatoes, etc. And got a bit carried away, to be honest. Went on a cleaning spree in there. But I got everything out, hardening off, and a bit of water. And here I am planting cos lettuce in this bed. So I've got beetroot lettuce, beetroot, Swiss chard, beetroot. On the middle beds I always interplant like that. And then on the next bed, you'll see in a minute, I've got beetroot. And then normally I put cucumbers in with these. But I'm trying to put in some lettuce underneath where the cucumbers will be. So they're shaded from that summer sun so they don't bolt. That's my new experiment this year. We'll see if it works. And I have to net them because the finch keeps coming in and eating everything. Oh, and the polytunnel. This polytunnel's doing my head in this year. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So now I've separated stuff into two piles. One is stuff that's staying out permanently, and the other one is veg that's having to go back in again just in case the temperature drops. That's things like the runner beans and the sweet corns. There we are, look, putting these are the flowers that are staying out permanently now. They're not going back in the polytunnel again because I'm fed up of going in and out of that polytunnel. Right, what I'm doing now, final job of the day, is I do let the nettles grow anyway because the caterpillars like them. But I'm going to fill up a bucket with nettles, roughly chopping them. It's not perfect, just roughly chopping them. And I'm going to make my own feed. Because why would you buy feed when you buy it free? Makes no sense. So roughly chop. I have got a bucket over there in the far corner of seaweed feed that I got at the beginning of May. So I've got some seaweed fermenting over there. So I do this one. Now some people do this with comfrey. Some people do it with seaweed. That's got biomine on it. Some people chop up weeds, put them in their water barrel and just let it ferment, and that's a nice feed. Don't matter which way you do it, just as long as you're using nature. This is full of nitrogen, so it's a perfect filler, a perfect feed. Right, so I'm going to do it up to there. I'm just going to fill it. Actually, I'm going to put it over here because that will start to smell. Fill it with water. Then I'm going to cover it and put a lid on it. My lid is another bucket. And I'll leave that for 4 weeks. Then I'll have some really stinky feed. And you only put a little bit in your watering can and go along. That's free feed. Right, busy day. done a lot. Now I'm gonna go home and have some lunch. Till next time.